the state of the game. The state of the game now. So a lot of you, when we talk international hockey, Mo, I remember talking to you specifically up at the World Cup in Toronto. And whenever it's international, it's Team USA, Team Canada, whatever, the Team Sweden. The D's active, you're making plays. Going back to when we were young. I mean, those old Canada Cup games. But now we're seeing that every day on an NHL basis. So what's the state of the game, in your opinion, in terms of the style of play that you're seeing?
Yeah, I think you're seeing more offensive play than ever, and that involves all 5 players on the ice. And for that matter, even the 6th player, the goaltender's got to be a part of your breakout scheme and what you're doing to be able to get it to those offensive players. So it's really becoming more and more of a challenge to be able to defend against these high-end offensive players. The rules are set up that way that it makes it more difficult to defend in the league now. It's trying to create a more exciting brand that we can help build this great game of hockey, through to different areas and in different spots as a public viewing. But I think that it's in a great place, and we're starting to you see a little bit of fighting and physical play kind of on a downslide a little bit, and more focus being on offensive play. And I think that's working within the rules that are in front of us here now with the league. So I think it's important to understand what direction the rest of the league is going, and you have to match strides with that, so to speak, and make sure you're cutting edge in terms of giving a game plan to your team to be able to have success. But ultimately, the game is in a phenomenal spot. It's growing all over the world, and it's going to continue to do that because we've got amazing superstars, and the growth of hockey from young people and their skill development is at an all-time high. We're getting these players and seeing them at younger ages than we ever have. I think it's just really, really exciting to be a part of the NHL at this time.
Mo, what about for you? I mean, you
saw it.
Yeah.
You lived it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And not in a good way.
Right. Exactly.
In 2002,
yes.
Right, we clutched and grabbed and broke just about every rule you could to the Stanley Cup final. And if it wasn't for Kevin, I very probably would have been out of the NHL that year. He made a save on John Madden in Game 5 in overtime that I was stepping down the bench from because it was over.
Thank you.
And we had and he made that save. We won it in overtime. And we absolutely clutched and grabbed and slowed that game down. Then we got to the final and we hit the 0-2 Red Wings, and their starting 6 payroll was bigger than our whole team.
Yeah,
we had a little bit of a problem then after that. And the game wasn't very good. I mean, and now it's the exact opposite. It's fast right through the league. The entire league can skate. You can't really slow anybody down. The skills on display. It's tough to be a goaltender most nights, but nobody's ever really cared about you guys anyway.
Ever.
So why would we? Why
Exactly.
now?
But I know you do. I know you all do.
It is from 95 to, and that would have been Jersey winning the Stanley Cup,
right,
covering the 10 feet ice in front of them, to today. For me, it's never been better. And it's a whole lot more fun to coach.